Hey guys, certainly is shaping up to be a beautiful day, isn't it? Spring is very much, well, it's summer now. I mean, that's the weird thing about the seasons. It doesn't seem like there is a change of the seasons. It's either winter or it's summer, and or an indecisive moment in between where it doesn't know where what it's going to be. You think, is it going to be spring? No, it's summer. Oh no, it's winter again. No, it's summer. No, it's winter. No, it's summer. No, no, winter, summer. Oh, it's summer. Where were those weeks where it was, slowly climbing 10 degrees per week or what? You know what I'm saying? A nice gradual. Um, well, things feel a little different, although it does seem like we were attacked this morning. I understand that's going to end because it'll come back on them anyway. Anything that anyone is bringing against me is just going to come back on them. It's going to backfire on them. It won't have the effects that they want. Uh, we've heard some stories about the enemy, and again, the last time we tuned in, or one of the last times, what we were getting was they were saying they weren't going to try and be trapping anybody, not going to try to hold anyone against their will. In other words, they weren't going to be acting like witches, trying to manipulate some man from afar to do their bidding and be what they want them to be. Because that's what witches do, you see, not members of the church. I'm very happy that they're going to go their way and we'll go our way, and we'll not be yoked together in any kind of fashion, form, or way, because I am going the way of the day. Now, they can go whatever way they want to go, right? You can choose whatever path you want to choose, and that one down there can choose their path, and whatever. Everybody can go their own path, right? And it doesn't involve me. What you choose to do has no bearing on what I choose to do, right? Because we're not connected. We're not of the same house. We're only going to have day as part of our church, and that's just the way it is. The enemies that have been eliminated from me, those that we've rebuked and repudiated, heaven has rebuked and repudiated them for me as well, and eliminated them from us, leaving no trace of them here with me, and no trace in the body, because the body is the church. So they're not the head, they're not the tail, they're not anything in between either. They're rejected and eliminated from the body. And the body is unreceptive to them and repellent of all that they is and all that they send. Heaven, amen, in the name of the Prince of Peace, our Father who art in heaven. Yeah, I can say that there was been continued attacks, actually. You would feel them here and there, but just barely. Enough to go ahead and say heaven, blah, 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 and make yet still another prayer. I suspect that we'll continue to say these same prayers even when we don't feel any of those attacks. Just to, like 5 or 10 times a day, re-purify again. just to make sure one more time again. But I've been hearing more about how they wanted to be you and take your place, and how they act like you and are trying to copy you and this. And I've been hearing this theme for years and years and years. They don't have anything new. It's just the same old, like different excuses. I will say, if you want to get the most creative interpretations from the Bible, and the most creative applications to their own value system and story, well, tune in to them for sure, because it's an abomination. It's absolute blasphemy. It's sacrilege. Something horrible. I know it is. I don't know the correct term, but it's bad. But in any case, all I tell you is this: if you know somebody who's trying to copy someone else, then look up what the Bible says about it. Check out the actual chapter and verses. Don't rely upon Google to interpret everything for you. But they it's pretty strong. There's a pretty, they have some pretty strong words about emulation. Okay? Emulation is considered pretty much like, one of those really horrible bad things that you would go out and emulate anyone. Now, there are other places, I do believe, in the book where it will, it'll basically say to imitate God or imitate the ones who are godly or something like that. Yeah, but what that means is to imitate their righteousness, not to imitate them in just words and presentation. It's to imitate them, how they are, what their life is, their thoughts and their feelings, as a matter of fact. So in other words, well, I'll just put it to you like this. That's the only way that imitation is considered good in the book, because you're trying to emulate what makes them them, and you're looking for the meaning behind it. And it's not just actions and words. A Buddhist monk in their cleaning and this and that doesn't make them a monk. It's the other stuff that they're doing in their soul and spirit. So the problem with emulation is what makes it really bad is whenever it's due to covetousness, jealousy, rivalry. Okay, that's all very, very bad, and it's very much the opposite of the fruits of the Spirit, because you're suffering a certain turmoil. Like, you're not supposed to be so concerned with outdoing another. That competitive thing is not godly at all. And any kind of competitions would be simply friendly in nature. But this thing of, we're going to find out who's going to run the house, no, I'm the head of the house. And I'm going to determine with God who gets to stay in the house and who's part of the body, because it's my body. I'm going to be the head of it, see, because that's who's always been the head of it. And that's how that's going to be, see. And if we determine that this or that is bad, then that's bad. If it's the enemy and has proven itself to be the enemy, it can't be a part of the body. That's considered an invasion or an infection that has to be cleansed, routed, uprooted, and completely routed out, leaving no trace of it. And that's what the heavens have done for me. That's what it is to be made the day without the other, without the darkness, shadow, or night. And that's what they've done for me. So we're going to continue to go on that path and continue to go up. And you know what? If there's others who think that they have a relationship with Christ or that they're serving God, hey, I hope it all works out for you. But then, of course, you don't need me, do you? You don't need to be connected to me. You don't need to be imagining satanic things like you're attached to somebody spiritually from across the way. They're not in connection with you. They're not in agreement with you, but you've got it all in your head, like some demon has put in your head, that somehow you're a righteous chick for God who's working these forces and doing all these witchcraft things and being very willful against some man of God, right? Because you want. Now, that's considered witchcraft, and it's very much condemned by all the heavens above. Anything that's of the church, that's all considered evil. Okay, very, very much smacks of ego, like Jesus, God, talk about ego, man. I want this and I want that, and I have lots of wants too. But I do know this: within the body of Christ, or the Jewish nation, you can't force anyone else to walk with you. And if you're the enemy of the light, okay, then you're the enemy of the church, and you can't be a part of the church. You can pretend that you are, you can talk like that, and you might be accepted by others as being a part of the church, but that doesn't mean you are a part of the church. So again, people, there's different churches. You can have your church over there, and I can have my church way over there, and they don't have to be connected in any way, shape, or form. They can stand on their own merit. That's the way I see it. And that's what I'm hoping, is to be completely, totally set free. I'm getting these messages, you're getting your wishes come true and your heart's desire and all this kind of stuff. Well, that have an awful lot to do with my freedom and having liberty. I think that's basically all summed up in one word called grace. And I sure as hell wouldn't have some black witch trying to rope me into some hellish, doomed union with them and a whole bunch of other people who are basically the damned or the wicked or whatever you might want to call those that have to get back in line to try again or something, which I'm hoping they get to try again. But in any case, I think we're doing better a little bit. I've seen some changes to the neighborhood, but I've been feeling some changes in me too. Again, I'm going my own way, which is the way of the day. And those who are in agreement with me on what all that is, I guess, those who are the day, those people are going with me. These others, though, that we've been in such disagreement with, we'll not be walking with them, and we'll not be associating with them. We're not going to be in business with them. And I pray that they stop coming by. Stop attacking energetically, because that's what it's been for last 20 years, a bunch of energy attacks again and again and again. So I don't know what kind of church they're a part of, but not mine. God love each and every one of you that do love us and are working for the day. All you white people, we love you, that's for sure. We saw a reference to the whites just a little while ago. Put me in mind of that Tom Sawyer. No, it was a different Rush song where they're saying you have to put away the alien nation. Well, golly, aren't you glad of Stevie Wonder? Aren't you? Aren't you just glad of it? I'm glad of the Father. I'm glad of the sky. I love the sky, and I love the whites. They've always been very good to me, and they're very protective of me. And the sky, and all the God people up there. This other stuff, we have no union with anybody. We have no business with anything of darkness. I mean, come on. Seriously. And we're just going to remain separate from them. They can go their way, and we're going to go our way, because the day and night aren't supposed to mix anyway. And yay, things are going to get better, right? That's right, because it'll all be in agreement. That's the way I'm looking at it. We'll be me, and all those with me will be in agreement, and we're going to find a whole bunch of other people that agree with us. That's from what I understand, and that'll be good. And then we won't have to suffer any of these pretenders. That was the theme I was getting from a couple of different people for the longest time now. It's about this authenticity thing. You're always just you. And there's all these other people that are pretending to be someone else, pretending to be a character. And CJ was talking about, explaining how they will come across as kind of slow sometimes, because they're trying to remember who it is they are and how that person would express themselves and what hand gestures they might use and this and that. And I'm thinking, gee whiz, I really did want to leave this world. They said, what do you want? Way back, this is at least 16 years ago. And I was going, I want to leave. I want to get back with the white people, get back to a regular world. We were supposed to be returned to life. My life was supposed to be returned to life like 12 years ago. I know for sure, actually. And they had a song out there saying, don't go into life. Well, that's where we're going. Are you going to go my way? I know a whole bunch of them aren't. They don't want to go all the way out. They don't want to get into life. They don't want to graduate. They want to just get so high and just keep cycling on a wheel. And you know what? That wouldn't be so bad if the wheel was high enough. If your spot was high enough and you were cycling there, then you could be considered upper management, I guess. But the worst that you would experience would be not that bad. It'd be like, well, today everything wasn't perfect, but tomorrow will be, of course, I am definitely on my way to a good place. A place where there's no hate. They have no hate there. There's lots of light. Lots of light. And they have plenty. Plenty of all the good stuff. That's definitely where I'm from. That's definitely where I'm going. And we've been sacrificed too much. And too many damn dues did we have to pay to sing the blues. Because we paid them all before we even showed up, I do believe. And, dang, it's... I hear I'm going to be paid back every dime. And, I think, yeah, I've heard that a lot of times. A lot of rope was taken. We need to have that back. We expect to have it back. And all I can think is, I sure hope it's arranged so I don't have to hunt them all down later and say, give me my stuff. That's the game they wanted to play at one point, which was, now try and figure out who's got your stuff. Well, I know eventually I will figure it out. Or rather, I won't have to. That'll be revealed to me more than likely. In ways I'll be like, aha! And then things can get really entertaining, I bet. Guys, again, thanks very much for your love and support. And of course, this message, whenever I say that, is not for the maniacs, the psychopaths, or anything that's shadow, darkness, or of the kingdom of darkness, prince or princess. Because we still rebuke and repudiate you. We can't walk together with you. You're of the other side. That's... And you can try to pretend to be us and believe in God when you don't, but everyone that knows you knows what you are, what you're about, and what you're for. Then, you just can't... where are you going to lead people to? I wasn't even wanting to be a leader. They keep on talking about leadership and this now. I didn't want to lead anybody. I know I don't want to bother with anybody in darkness. I don't want to bother trying to lead them anywhere or do anything. I mean, if they are the darkness, what's the use, right? It's like trying to raise the dead that says, no, I don't want to be living. God, stop it. Leave me alone. Just let us eat your soul. Isn't that what the evil dead wants? Yes, I'm smiling. I'm laughing. It's going to get better. Huh? Things are going to get better. They are getting better. I'm very happy that we continue to experience improvements, cognitively and physically, spiritually as well, I should say. Gifts of the Spirit. I'm very happy about the updates, the improvements to our abilities, and such things as that. Very happy with the good love that I've been receiving. Truthfully, I am. And I pray that the heavens love well all of them that love me sincerely.